Hi there, hope you're all doing well. With the announcement that the Orcs are coming to the old world, I figured I have some of these models laying around, so I'm going to paint some up. This guy was bought on an eBay job lot a few years ago now for some D&D minis. I didn't actually prime this mini, they came just how they are now. It looks like a black prime with a brown dry brush. To get started, I grabbed Hydra green and went all over the skin as the base coat. I'm going for a darker skin tone on this guy as I want them to stand out against the Orcs that I have for D&D. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. Next up, I used Wyvern green to start bringing up all of the muscles on the skin. This pretty much goes over all of the parts I've already done, just leaving that darker tone in the recesses and the shadows. To push the skin further, I went with emerald green over all of the muscles, the raised parts, and just where they'll be getting hit by the light. Finishing off the skin, I used dark green as the highlight, which sounds weird saying that, but this really isn't even close to any of my dark greens. This is more of a mid-tone green, and it just works perfect bringing up the tops of the muscles. Now that the skin is finished, I get started on the clothing with Death Reaper over his vest and boots. While the vest dries, I grabbed Cuirass leather and got the trousers base coated. Starting off the highlights for the clothing, I went with lead grey, brought up all of the raised and flat areas on the vest and boots. For the mid-tone of his trousers, I grabbed Paladin flesh, just going over all of those raised and flat areas. To finish off the vest and boots, I grabbed Gravestone blue, brought up all of the uppermost parts and the edges. Finishing off the trousers, I went with barred skin, bringing up all of the raised parts and any areas that would be getting hit by the light. For the belt, the leather parts and the base, I grabbed a burnt umber for the base coat. Getting all the wooden parts started, I used Wasteland brown, which is a tad bright, but the wash will fix that later. Adding some highlights to the leather parts, I went with British Khaki. Since I had this out, I added some variation to the base with a very basic dry brush, just stippling it on. To finish off the wood and base coat the teeth, I grabbed Argonaught skin. For the main standout colour of this mini, I decided on red for my army. With that chosen, I get the glith, tongue and eyes started with Scarlet red. Starting to bring up all of that red, I used Gory red. This is also used for base coat on the hair. Finishing off the red, I grabbed Demon Red and brought up all of the uppermost parts. To make the teeth and nails stand out a bit more, I went over there with Grimy Grey, leaving that darker tone just towards the base of them. Now for all of the parts that are metal on this mini, I went over them with Gunmetal. Finish off the model, I went with a strong tone wash over everything but the skin and the base. I only really avoided the base though, as I'm putting texture paste on it afterwards. And that would be it for the Orc Spearman. I used a lot more paints than I thought I would on this, but it still didn't take that long with just under an hour from start to finish. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. As always, if you want a closer look at this mini, check out my Instagram page. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.